into the agro space now, where the chana prices have gained on hopes of a pickup in demand ahead of the festive season amid thin supplies in the spot markets, while the weak monsoon rains also aided the sentiment, so 2.5% of gains coming in for that one there. The monsoon rains are 31% below average until July 2nd, which could impact the sowing of other summer sown pulses like pigeon peas or tuar, black matpe or urad and green gram and moong as well. And that's the reason you have seen the run-up happen in these pulses as well. The soybean prices in the meanwhile have hit record highs on gains in the world market on concerns over the crop in the United States and delayed sowing in India due to weak rainfall in the key growing regions. In pepper or in the spices, you saw turmeric gain up as farmers in the major growing areas are expected to cut the area under cultivation because of unattractive prices in this year. The concerns over slow progress of monsoons also could push back the sowing operations, and that also is aiding the buying. Pepper prices were trading up due to subdued rains that could hurt the growth of the crop and on hopes of a pickup in demand ahead of the festive season amid thin domestic supplies there. Jeera prices also rose due to a decline in daily spot supplies and on domestic demand. So overall, most of these agro commodities have been gaining due to the delay in sowing and the monsoon delay as well. The latest in the progress of Indian monsoon, and the Weather Office still holds to its forecast of an average monsoon this year despite the lag so far. For now, the rains have stalled over central India and northwest states like Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab without their normal rainfall. No pickup by July 10th would be worrying, say the experts. For now, though, there is no threat to rice crop. Corn planting has been affected, though. But for more on the monsoons, we are now joined by Jatin Singh. He is CEO, founder, SkyMet, and he joins us on a Delhi phone line. Jatin, hi, welcome to the show. I mean, it has been quite delayed. We are done with June. July also hasn't given much of hope. 10th July is a date where most of the experts are now keeping an eye on.
You see, there is a recovery on the way. When you're running at minus 31%, statistically, you have to catch up because India will get 70% of its rainfall anyway. So there will be a recovery, but the recovery is not going to be strong as it is expected. And the recovery is mostly going to be concentrated in the cotton and soybean growing areas of central India and into North India also.
Jatin, as we spoke earlier as well, the June hasn't been so good, and August, September could see that El Nino effect coming in. So would you say in that sense July would be most critical month?
Yes, July is critical, but according to the latest runs that we have, our monsoon forecast right now is 85% below normal and 15% chance of normal only and about 40% chance of drought. And we're seeing a weakness across July, August and September. At this point of time. So yes, actually you will see some pickup till the 10th of June. But after that there will be a weakness that will come in.
Jatin, you just mentioned that the soybean areas could get a rainfall, but how about most of North India? Because UP, Haryana, MP, all of those areas, Delhi for that matter, has yet to see any rainfall.
Delhi should start raining from tonight or 6th or so. Haryana, Punjab till the 10th or so, but the monsoon drift that we're going to get in North India is going to be weak. But the most critical states, I would say, in terms of deficit rainfall across the remaining 3 months of monsoon would be in order of risk: Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, and western Madhya Pradesh and parts of Punjab also. I would say these are the parts where we are seeing across, if you look at any of the seasonal models, a risk of less than 20% rainfall, less than 20% of normal rainfall.
I think that's quite a worrisome state because Gujarat and Rajasthan do come out with a lot of edible oil and guar, chana. I mean, these are 3 major crops coming out from that area as well. But just to get a sense again on the rainfalls here, how much more time would you really give it? 10th, because that is a level that most economists, or rather that's a date that most economists and experts are now watching out for.
I would say you need to look at about 15th because if I'm looking at paddy, okay, and a lot of the early sown paddy has actually suffered. So I would shift that date another 5 days. But after 15th, the things don't really catch up. And I expect only partial catch-ups in coastal and central India. Then I think we really need to start reevaluating this monsoon.
Jatin, are you still saying that we are not really looking at a drought right now? What we could be really looking at is slightly below normal rainfall?
You see, it's 85% below normal, which is about between 90 to 94% of the LPA. If situation does not improve till the 15th or so, then we really need to start thinking about the D word post 15th, because then you need a huge amount of rainfall to play catch up, and I don't see that happening.
All right, Jatin, appreciate you taking time out for us. So that's the word coming in from SkyMet. Remember, they have been putting up their forecasts as well. And as of now, as they say, 10 to 15 July is the day to watch out for. But there is still concern coming in for Gujarat and Rajasthan. Vijay, now quite a bit of major crops come out from these two areas. And the seed maturity, the yield, all of that would get hampered. What's your sense on what could be happening?
If the market senses deficient monsoons, I think what it already is doing at this point in time, I think edible oils and seed prices will be driven up. And any kind of supply constraints, any more supply constraints from what is already anticipated from this point in time will actually be aggravated by the fact that we are looking at the festive season ahead starting from probably August, September. That's where the wholesale trade starts to accumulate stocks in anticipation of a spike in end user buying. So my guess is all these commodities like refined soya oil, groundnut oil, crude palm oil, etc. Will start to basically firm up. And even with the monsoons now being along expected lines, there would be a cyclical uptrend in these prices. So I think food prices are headed higher, which is not exactly a very great news for either the forex or the equity markets, but that's something we'll have to learn to live with.
Anything, Vijay, that you would single out that could really run up? Of course, you have been watching CPO. The soybean prices are at record highs. Pulse is up 2.5% today. We've seen a run up happen across board in all of these commodities. Is there one thing that you think could really lead the rally here?
I think what can really happen is soybeans, refined soya oil and chana can lead the way up, and there can be fairly vicious rallies with very thin volumes, because I don't think the bears will get an opportunity to cover their shots if at all there is a forced bear squeeze. And these commodities are typically very wild creatures. They tend to hit circuits fairly fast. So that's a situation which I'm really fearing.
All right, so weak monsoons in India, weak output in the international markets, and of course, the festive season in India is something that could push the agro prices much on the higher side from these current levels as well.